Welcome to YouTube Pedia. Edgar Cayce, the mysterious journey begins. In the quiet countryside of Kentucky, in the year 1877, a child was born who would one day be called the Sleeping Prophet. His name was Edgar Cayce, a man whose life story would weave together faith, mystery, healing, and prophecy in a way the world had never seen before. Little did anyone know, the small boy growing up on a humble farm would one day captivate millions with his astonishing ability to tap into realms far beyond human understanding. Discover the greatest stories from history, science, and beyond. If you're curious about the world, subscribe now and join our journey through knowledge. Childhood and family roots. Edgar Cayce grew up in a deeply religious family. His parents were devout Christians who taught him the importance of prayer, faith, and hard work. From an early age, Edgar showed signs that he was different. He spoke of seeing angels and spirits. He described conversations with beings no one else could see. Instead of scolding him, his family listened with curiosity and concern, unsure of what to make of their sensitive, spiritually gifted boy. A struggle with schooling. Despite his spiritual sensitivity, Edgar Cayce struggled terribly in school. Reading and writing didn't come easily to him, and he often fell behind his classmates. His teachers grew frustrated. His classmates teased him. But then, something extraordinary happened. Something that would change Edgar's life forever. One night, after praying fervently for help with his studies, Edgar had a vivid dream. In it, an angelic figure told him to place his school books under his pillow as he slept. When he woke the next morning, to his amazement, he found he could recall the material perfectly. This was the beginning of Edgar's lifelong connection to the mysterious powers of the subconscious mind. Early work and life struggles. As Edgar grew older, he took on various jobs to help support his family. He worked in a bookstore, then later in a photography studio. Life wasn't easy. He battled illness, poverty, and constant self-doubt. One pivotal moment came when Edgar developed a severe case of laryngitis. For months, he could barely speak above a whisper. Doctors were baffled and unable to help. Desperate, Edgar turned to an unlikely source, a local hypnotist named Al Lane. In a hypnotic trance, Edgar began speaking clearly, diagnosing his own illness and prescribing a cure. After following the suggested treatment, his voice returned. It was a miracle, but more importantly, it was a revelation. Edgar Cayce realized that in a trance state, he could access profound knowledge hidden within. Discovering the gift of trance readings, word of Edgar's strange talent spread quickly through the small Kentucky town. People suffering from illnesses and ailments began to seek him out. In a deep sleep-like trance, Cayce could diagnose diseases with astonishing accuracy, often suggesting unconventional remedies that actually worked. He had no medical training, yet his readings often included technical terminology that even experienced doctors used. Edgar always insisted that his ability was not truly his. He said he was merely tapping into a universal source of knowledge, what some would later call the Akashic Records, a mystical library of all human history and experiences. Faith versus the mysterious power. As his reputation grew, Edgar faced a tremendous inner battle. He was a deeply Christian man who worried that his abilities might be viewed as sorcery or witchcraft. He prayed constantly for guidance, torn between using his gifts to help others and staying true to his faith. At one point, he even tried to give it all up, but each time he did, life would throw him back into situations where his readings were desperately needed. After much soul-searching, Edgar made a decision that would define his legacy. He would continue his work, but he would only offer readings that could heal, comfort, or guide others toward a better life, and never for selfish gain. The first miracles and growing fame. In the years that followed, Edgar Cayce's reputation soared. He helped a boy crippled by a mysterious illness walk again. He diagnosed unseen tumors, identified hidden infections, and even predicted surgeries before doctors recommended them. Newspapers picked up his story, calling him the Miracle Man of Virginia Beach. Soon, strangers from all over the country, and eventually from around the world, were writing letters to request readings. Cayce remained humble through it all. He refused to accept large payments, and he insisted that all readings begin and end with prayer. The birth of a legend. By the early 20th century, Edgar Cayce had become a household name among those interested in spiritualism and alternative healing. Yet Cayce himself lived simply, continuing to work regular jobs to support his family. He feared being seen as a celebrity or guru. All he wanted was to serve God and help as many people as he could, even if it meant sacrificing his health, time, and energy. A life beyond the ordinary. As Edgar Cayce's fame grew, so did the mystery surrounding him. He was no longer just a healer from Kentucky. He became a beacon for those seeking answers to the deepest questions about life, death, health, history, and even the future. In this part of our journey, we dive into the extraordinary world of Cayce's trance readings, uncovering the secrets he revealed, the prophecies he made, and the lasting legacy he left behind. The Akashic Records, a cosmic library. One of the most astonishing concepts Cayce introduced was the idea of the Akashic Records. According to Cayce, these records were like a universal database, a cosmic library that contained the entire history of every soul since the beginning of time. When he entered his trance-like state, Cayce claimed he could access these records and retrieve information about a person's past lives, current problems, and future potentials. It was a revolutionary idea, blending Eastern philosophy with Western spirituality, decades before such concepts became popular. Past lives and reincarnation. In many of his readings, Cayce spoke of reincarnation, the belief that souls return to Earth to learn, grow, and balance their karma. He revealed to individuals details about their previous lives: a merchant in ancient Egypt, a soldier in the Crusades, a healer in Atlantis. Through these readings, he emphasized a powerful message: you are more than your current body. Your soul is eternal, carrying wisdom, wounds, and lessons across countless lifetimes. At the time, the idea of reincarnation was shocking to many Americans. Yet Cayce presented it not as a contradiction to Christianity, but as a deeper understanding of the soul's journey. Atlantis, the lost civilization. One of the most sensational topics Cayce addressed was Atlantis, the legendary lost civilization mentioned by Plato. During several trance readings, Cayce described Atlantis in vivid detail. He spoke of a highly advanced society, with technologies far beyond what we know today. Energy crystals powering entire cities, flying machines, technologies that could harness the Earth's magnetic fields. Cayce predicted that remnants of Atlantis would rise again, particularly near the Bahamas. To this day, researchers point to mysterious underwater structures near Bimini as possible evidence that Cayce's visions were real. Prophecies of the future. Cayce didn't just look to the past. He also offered glimpses into the future, some of which remain chillingly relevant even today. He warned of dramatic Earth changes, shifts in the Earth's poles, rising sea levels, devastating earthquakes and floods. He predicted the economic crash of 1929 years before it happened. He foresaw the outbreak of World War II and even the shifting of world powers in the decades to come. Yet, his prophecies weren't all doom and gloom. He also spoke of a future golden age, where humanity would awaken spiritually, discovering our true purpose and living in harmony with one another and with the planet. Healing the body, healing the spirit. Throughout his life, Cayce remained deeply committed to healing. He provided thousands of health readings, covering conditions ranging from arthritis and epilepsy to psoriasis and digestive disorders. Remarkably, many of the treatments he suggested, like dietary changes, spinal adjustments, and holistic remedies, were far ahead of their time and are echoed today in modern alternative medicine. Cayce believed that true healing involved not just treating physical symptoms, but addressing the emotional and spiritual roots of illness. He taught that the body, mind, and spirit were interconnected, a revolutionary idea that science is only now beginning to fully appreciate. Challenges and criticisms. Despite his astonishing success stories, Cayce faced plenty of skepticism. Doctors, journalists, and religious leaders questioned his abilities. Some labeled him a fraud, a charlatan, or a heretic. But through it all, Cayce remained humble and steadfast. He never sought to prove anything to anyone. His motto was simple: help the sick, comfort the troubled, and leave the rest to God. Building a legacy, the ARE. In 1931, Cayce and a group of supporters founded the Association for Research and Enlightenment, ARE, in Virginia Beach, Virginia. The ARE was designed to preserve his readings, promote spiritual understanding, and encourage holistic healing. Today, the ARE continues to thrive, serving as a global center for metaphysical research, spiritual growth, and natural health education. It stands as a testament to Cayce's enduring impact on the world. The final years, the weight of his work, eventually took a toll on Cayce's health. Performing multiple readings each day drained his energy. He was warned repeatedly that continuing at such a pace could shorten his life. But Cayce could not refuse those who came to him in need. In the final months of his life, during the height of World War II, the requests for help became overwhelming. In January 1945, Edgar Cayce passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loved ones. He was 67 years old, a legacy that lives on. Today, Edgar Cayce is remembered as one of the most extraordinary figures of the 20th century, a man of deep faith, boundless compassion, and incredible mystery. His readings continue to inspire doctors, researchers, writers, and spiritual seekers around the world. His vision of humanity as eternal souls on a journey of healing and discovery offers hope and guidance in an often confusing world. In the end, Cayce's life wasn't just about prophecy or healing. It was about love. Love for God, love for humanity, and love for the unseen potential within each of us. He taught that every soul matters, that every life has a purpose, and that the answers we seek are already within us, waiting just beyond the veil of sleep. And so, the story of Edgar Cayce is not just the story of a man. It is the story of all of us. A reminder that miracles are real, that destiny is ours to shape, and that the journey of the soul is infinite. If you enjoyed this journey into the mysterious life of Edgar Cayce, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps support the channel and brings more amazing stories to life. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and tell me, what part of Edgar Cayce's story amazed you the most? And if you're passionate about uncovering the hidden truths of history, science, and beyond, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new adventure with YouTube Pedia. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey.